But not all car makers believe hybrids is the way to go. Some, like Mahindra and Mahindra, are looking at the EV versus hybrid debate with a lot of concern. In fact, Veejay Nakra, the president of the Automotive Division at Mahindra Group, told us that the government must stay the course on electric vehicles and not lose focus by incentivizing hybrids as well. Why does he feel that? Let's listen in to Veejay Nakra about his outlook on the automobile industry and also his take on the debate on EV versus hybrid.
We are pretty bullish about the upcoming festive season. I think there are a number of indicators that point towards that. I think the election is behind us, the budget is behind us. We have the indications of a great monsoon. We've had good rains. The long-term period average of monsoon is up significantly compared to last year. The water levels in the reservoirs are 72% plus. 90% of the sowing land has been tilled with the kharif crop. The price of crop or the grain coming to the mandis is better than last year. So all of this are clearly indicating to us that, also basis talking to many of our channel partners as we get ready for the festive season, the mood is pretty buoyant and we believe the festive season will be good for us.
Mahindra and the VW Group, 2 years back when the two companies came together for an agreement on components, on electric vehicle components, the term sheet said a future collaboration on electric vehicles is possible. We now hear that a JV is imminent to manufacture electric vehicles. Could you give us a sense of where the talks are and the plans?
I wouldn't be in a position to comment on that, but as of now, the original term sheet that we had, which was about sourcing components from VW for our indigenously developed in-glow platform for our EVs. That's where we are in terms of the relationship.
Any plans to launch hybrids, considering there is a big demand for hybrids, not just in India, globally also we see some change in the preference of powertrains?
We will be ready with hybrids and we will bring it out in due course, which is something that we've already mentioned earlier in many of the media interactions. But I think it's important for me to just set a little bit of context on that topic, which is, India lost out on the opportunity of being a make in India for the world in the ICE era because we were not a global industry of scale. When you look at where we are sitting in 2023-24, we are the third largest automobile country in the world. This is our time to become a formidable global player for domestic and for exports. And given that we are at that cusp of the change in technology, we believe India would be ready to become one of the largest players in the EV space globally for domestic and exports put together. We shouldn't lose out on that opportunity. And I think to make that happen, it's imperative that all the focus and consistency of policy needs to be in the direction to get EV on the global stage, because it's not just about getting us to the global stage. A, it brings us there. B, it solves the import bill of oil, the concern that we have. We spend close to $130 billion per year on that. And third, our sign up on COP26, which is to get to net zero by 2070. So if we move on the direction of EV, and when we get to 30% penetration, we will be able to reduce the CO2 intensity footprint by 45%, and we will be able to reduce the oil import bill by over 1 lakh crores per year. So I think it's very, very important to do that. As far as hybrids is concerned, it is a derived technology on internal combustion engines. Yes, it has a role to play, but I think it's a technology that is globally used by players to manage CAFE norms. So it clearly has a role to play. It is a technology which is a derivative coming from ICE, should be used for the short term to manage CAFE, but in the longer term we need EVs, and for that we need consistency so that we can get from today's 2% penetration to 20-30% penetration.